Hey, what is up? We are live. We are here today with Pepper Tony, who is wanting me to start early. And happy birthday, sir! Uh, but I start at my time. Am I raising or lowering Caleb Williams and the other Bears now that he will be going by Iceman? Uh, I haven't seen that. I need to look that up. Definitely, if he decided that it's his nickname, I'm lowering. And if it was a nickname given to him that he's acquiring, I think I'm okay with it. But anyway, we'll get to more of that after the intro.
Hey, hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Hey, hey, taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills, flames, babes, games. Legion, wrath of fuse, stone age, torment remains. Best ball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs, screaming, cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
All right, so drafters can take a little bit to fill. We are in a lobby. We are in the $3 mini, which is currently the only contest they have. So if you would like to go over there, that would be fantastic. What's up, Brainy? I can give you that song and the other one that Jamie made if you would like it. It's got it's a 4-minute song. I mean, we could just play it while we're waiting if y'all want to hear it. Let me know. Need to set up my background music anyway. But what's up? Here and like to say hi, but can't say thank you, sir. Yeah, the real flagship is this. Yeah, Jamie Pirog made that. He also made this. I'll have it up a little louder than usual. And by the way, we're waiting on 5 here for the drafters. This will be a little. If it's too loud, if you can't hear me, let me know. I do have it up a little louder than normal, but figure while we're waiting for this to fill, because these minis do take a little bit to fill. Let's look at the $10 contest is done, right? It is full. So let's look at CLV for me, good and bad, of what I have. We have Omar Cooper, absolute smash. And then we have Emmett Johnson, not a smash. But so overall, I think, at least CLV wise, I've lost on Emmett, I've lost on Theo, and I lost a little bit on Ricky P. But a lot of mine are pretty good. I have Omar here. I have Gainwell is about the same. Algier, huge win. Kyler Murray, pretty big win. Mike Evans, pretty big win. Then we have J.K. Dobbins, 142, 10 shares of it. Pretty big win. Pat Bryant, loss, huge loss. But it's a pretty good mix. I have a few more hits than misses on the CLV game there. So that feels pretty good. And we are waiting on one. But we'll definitely turn this down a little bit whenever this starts. Just kind of chill with the music for a minute. But yeah, this is the other song. A lot of people preferred this one. So we just need one over here. Wait, we need 2. That was the baseball one that was about full. So need 2 for the drafters draft. I know we usually don't get that many, like the drafters drafts are much less appreciated. Like much fewer people show up on the drafters drafts. But I do have guests coming the next few days. Last week we didn't get a Who's Crew episode in, but this week we're actually going to do two. We're going to do one tomorrow night. It'll be a little later because we do. Let me switch down to this. All right, now we're live. So tomorrow night. Double stuffing the Who's Crew. Yeah. So tomorrow night, we're going to do one later in the evening. It will be, so I'll do my show with Steve, I assume is still on. I haven't got confirmation, but I don't know the topic yet, but we'll do our normal show at 2 p.m. and then at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, DJ Quill will be on. And then on Wednesday at my normal time, Aaron Sandy will be on. And then on Thursday, Meg from Fanspeak will be on as well. So the next 3 days, I have guests. Today, I'm just going to chill. So that's the plans for the week. So we got FK Coolers at the 101. We have Smarmy at the 2. I got the 12. We got Alex at the 11. If you're in here and I didn't shout you out, you could say something if you want. Yeah, I've been at the back a lot. What's up, Crossface? We may do a second draft over here on Drafters. We may do our second draft on DraftKings. A $10 DraftKings or a $3 Drafters. I will probably do a poll to see which one we do. But I've not really been feeling that great. So we're probably going to do a second one, but I'm not committing to it yet. I've pretty much slept like 15 hours over the last 24. So we're actually finally awake. But we're gonna stream. If I still feel good after the first one, we'll do a second one, and we'll do a poll then. So Delta here pulls Ashton Genty up to the 106. I actually like pulling Genty up. I think Genty is I think he's a really good pick. And it helps with and by the way, Brainy, this man right here is the one that made the intro song. I did the video and all that, but Jamie here made the intro. Yeah, the 70s porn music's hilarious. Do you think Linderbaum solves their... I think Linderbaum actually, I don't think he solves the problems. But I do think that he allows, one elite offensive lineman allows your offense to do so much, right? Because one player that's good enough to take on their role and possibly also assist with another, and it being a center, I assume that the reason they got him is so he could do the pre-snap reads with the rookie quarterback. Call out the blitzes, all that stuff. That's a huge deal. I think that it is a really good thing for a rookie quarterback to go in. You can, I can, it's whatever. I'm fine. I'm fine if you send it to him, obviously. I mean, it's your music. You gave it to me, but yeah. Linderbaum, I feel, is going to do a lot more for Mendoza than we think about. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I think that him being able to call out all the blitzes and all of that and get everybody into the right blocking scheme is going to be huge. Is he worth the draft pick or is he worth the amount of money? Maybe, maybe not. but you have to spend so much of your money. Number one, and number two, like they had to start somewhere because they didn't really have a lot. Like Colton Miller was hurt last year. Having the one very strong centerpiece, I think, will help out quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, I can. If you want to message me on X on your email, I can just like if you want to just message me privately on X, I can just send it to you through email or whatever. But yeah, yeah, I listen to a song or two that he's made in the lobby every day. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, is he worth that much money? Like, maybe not. But if he helps solidify that offense and he's the one doing all the blitz pickups and all that stuff, like maybe he is worth that much. All right, so the 3-hole abs or the 6 holes out here cooking. We got Genty, we got McBride, we got Javonte Williams pulled up to 30. Yeah, so I've been seeing AJ Brown fall a little bit. I think that people are starting to believe what I believe, that he won't get traded before the season. I know that we have a member of the Who Crew, Lutz, who's very much like he's going to make it happen kind of thing. And maybe that happens. All right, so I'm gonna we're gonna take Zay because every time I take Zay, like I've been seeing Lamar fall to 60 over and over again, especially on drafters, and the elite quarterbacks are worth a little less on drafters. So, but I like Zay anyway. I think he's a really good pick right now. I'm going to do some more tonight with Updog. Updog and I off stream are going to do a couple tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I've got 20 of them total. We've done 19 of them together. I don't know how many. I'm probably only going to do 3, 4, or 5 more, something like that. Like, I'd probably be fine just ending at like 23 of them. Like I don't care if it's a random number or not. I don't need to get to 25. Ravens need to sign him ASAP or it's going to become prohibitively expensive. Who are we talking about? You mean the Eagles? Or who are we even talking about? Oh, Zay. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely. And we knew that, like, I'd been talking that the reason that Seattle was letting Walker go was to sign JSN. Not that I think it was good, the right move, but it's the move they chose. They still have to sign Weatherspoon, who I think is the most important player on the team. He'll probably go for less just because corners go for less. But they didn't really have the cap to re-sign JSN and Witherspoon and then also get Kenneth Walker. So I don't hate what they've done at all. So I was surprised to see 4 years 160. It was 168, I think. I haven't seen the guaranteed, any of that. But yeah, I'm glad that the Seahawks decided to do it now, though. Because the bad teams, like, you know, the Cowboys are the ones that don't do it ahead. JSN still has 1 year of a rookie plus option year before extension comes. Okay. Zay's a good call. Need to resign sooner than these other deals get done. They might have been able to still sign. And by the way, can you guys see the board reasonably well? Let me know if you can or can't. Because I zoomed out the app earlier today for my own use, and I can zoom it back in if you would like. Not to beat a dead horse, the 2025 Jets MVP, I mean, it was probably board is a bit blurry. I see the board is there. I can't really read it, but I also don't care. Can you read it now? It'd be a little harder to draft like this, but it's all good. I'm still in on, like, give me Scatabo at 60. Like, I'm in. So, but yeah, I think signing I know he's got 1 year on his rookie deal, but a lot of the time they sign the early extensions. It overrides the original deal and it starts right then. I don't know if it was just an extension off of it or what, because it does matter. It matters quite a bit. So is Omelet here going to do the thing and take Lamar or not? He did not. So we'll take Lamar and we'll take Scatabo. So we got the elite quarterback. We got the double anchor running back with the third solid running back, hopefully. Had to let the clock run out for the drama. Okay. I thought that they might be able to do that for rookie deals. Yeah, so if that's the case, why would they ever not do that? Yeah, because they did. They picked up the extension, or the Weatherspoon 5th year and the JSN 5th year, and then they extended them right afterwards, which locked them. Yeah, so that would have locked them into a bigger deal. I mean, that's pretty hilarious. That's how you know you're not a real franchise. A wide receiver that had like 700 yards or something. What was his total last year? Summary. Is there no total? Season average here. He had 193 receiving yards on 26 receptions. Are you sure that that's a fact? Did you see the recent lore drop that Spider-Man is a Jets fan? Oh, canonically. Took me a minute to parse through that word for some reason. Like I said, I've been kind of sick. My mind's not working the best. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? He's from New York. Yeah, I get it. The Jets need wide receiver at some degree. They have 4 of the top 44 picks. I do think that they want to trade back because they also don't have a pick from 44 to 140. Because I looked this up yesterday. So the Jets are very, very live to be a trade back team. I think at pick 16, they're very alive to trade back if a team wants to move up for somebody. Classic integrity protector from Coolers. Absolutely. Coolers over here doing the Lord's work. Hero Gibbs, Brock Bowers, Pickens, Ladd, McLaurin, Caleb Williams, Jalen Hurts. Gotta love it. Yeah, you really can't. So I want to discuss the Jalen Waddle stuff a little bit more today. Waddle in college did run a bunch out of the slot. It is possible that Sean Payton does end up using him as the motion guy, right? That ends up in the slot a lot. He just never had to with Tyreek Hill there. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's a possibility. And I don't like him all the way up at like 34, 35, 36 like some people do. But I'm warming up to him at the 4-5 turn. I definitely don't want to be like way overweight, but at the same time, let's go with Ricky P and Godwin here. Yeah, we're going to go Ricky P. We're going to go Godwin. We're going to set ourselves up for our quarterback 2 here. Our team right now, Lamar Jackson, James Cook, Hampton, Scatabo, Garrett Wilson, Flowers, Pearsall, Godwin. If he stays somewhere in that mass wide receivers and doesn't rise above him, I think he's mostly fine. Yeah, that's the thing. I think at where he's at is fine. And even if he gets moved, because he's been 25% slot over the last 4 years on average, is something around there. If that goes up to like 45, 50%, because Sean Payton likes to move people around, I think that he could get the 1,200 yards and 6 to 8 touchdowns, right? And it is an offense that I really want pieces of. I think Jalen Waddle does open up the offense altogether. That's not something I was arguing. I just worry about the ball being spread out so much. But they gave up a lot for him. I think that I'm not going to be a buyer, like an absolute buyer, but I'm going to be like a 6 to 8% guy on him until training camp. And if at training camp we hear that he's running out of the slot a lot, I think I'm willing to push him up the board. But I think that the market will do that as well. So he's a guy that I'm very curious to hear the coach speak on whenever that stuff starts coming out and hear plans of what they plan on doing for sure. Because not that Sean Payton is trustworthy with the coach speak stuff, but whenever you start seeing practice reports and stuff like that, I think his ceiling is PPR scam based rather than being good at football based. Yeah. I mean, we're ready for this, right? We tried out a couple people in the Joker role last year, so we went out and they didn't work out. So we went out and traded for a guy who can be the Joker, right? We're all ready for it. All right. So let's look through some of the chats team real quick. The hero running back ends here with Coolers. Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers, George Pickens, Ladd McConkey, Terry McLaurin, Caleb Williams, Jalen Hurts, Pollard plus Mason. I would have taken Pollard over here. I'm starting to warm up to the idea that if Love goes to Tennessee, which I'm predicting that Pollard will end up somewhere in a good spot. and those two spots probably being Washington and Seattle, which are fantastic spots. We got Omelet at the 11. Taylor, Achan, Brees Hall, Colson Loveland, Adunze, Parker Washington, T-Law, Jordan Addison. Very solid squad. Really, really solid squad there. So Jackson Dart's been falling pretty often. A lot of these quarterbacks are now going in the 8th instead of the 7th. I've kind of expected this for a while. So I'm glad that that's happening. That is for sure. I do think that wide receivers dry up pretty early now, though. I think that once Omar Cooper's off the board, it's pretty ugly. What's up, Chris? How we doing? And if did I hear Jackson Dart? Are you a? Let me know, Brainy. Are you a gigantic Jackson Dart bull this year or not? I like him for fantasy quite a bit. I mean, I'll take Mahomes plus Worthy if I'm allowed to. If Omelet wants it, he can have it too. And if Mahomes goes, I'm going to take. I want Jaden Reed because it's a spike week game, and we'll take Baker Mayfield as a quarterback to pair up with Godwin here. We'll go with the late quarterbacks. Doing well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I've kind of been sick, but we're okay. And by the way, if you're just popping in, if you can smash the like, that'd be fantastic. Got very it looks like Maddox is streaming right now, which means that obviously I'm going to have less people. Worthy's mispriced, and I don't even like him. Yeah, I mean it's possible he was just hurt all season, right? It's very possible that he was honestly just hurt the whole season. I like the whole Mahomes Worthy mini stack you can get. Although I don't have a lot of Mahomes. I'm a little more worried about Mahomes than a lot of people. He's coming off an ACL tear, right? I'm wondering about that. It's a fact he was hurt all season. How much it mattered? Yeah, right. That's the thing. Because I know Crutches in somebody's chat a while back was talking about how he's had a torn labrum 3 times or something, and they vary. But basically, that if it's a light one, it shouldn't affect him at all. But it still means when you get hurt, right? Whenever you get hit, it's gonna hurt more if you're already hurt. He played in college with a broken hand, and it was his first season. And some people just don't he had a torn labrum. I'm not gonna dog the guy for playing with a seriously messed up shoulder, right? But some people can play through pain better than others. Some people can't play through pain at all. Jackson Dart this year, next year, the year after that, all the way. I'm pretty sure it's SBS model, right? Predicted that Jackson Dart was going to be an absolute smash. By the way, if you guys don't follow Brainy Ballers on X, you should. He's been on a lot of high quality broadcast. I can't remember all the things that Big Draft Energy said that you were on, but you've been on. Your method has been used by a bunch of people. I know that. I'll have to reach out to you about it sometime. Star predictor something system maybe. I can't. Let me look it up. Star predictor score. There we go. Yeah, that's what it is. I knew it was SBS, but like I said, my mind's gone today. Things aren't really making sense. We're just drafting some players here. So this is exactly what I needed in that draft we done offline earlier there, Alex and Coolers. I needed one of these two, Juwan Jennings or Higgins, to fall back to me. I don't need it this time, so obviously they're falling back to me. So, okay, well, they fell back to the pick I was at that draft. You know, where they should go. All right, get my first two tight ends there. Not really meaning to snipe you, but I think Kelsey's mispriced. So I'm going to take the best player for my team. And if you would have given me Juwan Jennings, I would have taken Juwan Jennings. And likely, probably. Yeah, I figured you kind of knew that you have to know that I like the Kelsey price. So it was a risk either way. Oh yeah, both of them is good pick. Like, you took the falling ADP value. You already have your elite anyway. And Juwan Jennings is actually just significantly better for your team than Kelsey was anyway. Since you pushed since you pushed wide receiver for a while, getting the depth actually absolutely matters. All right, we got a pretty balanced squad here. We got Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, running backs, James Cook, Amari Hampton, Cam Scatterbo, wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Ricky Pearsall, Chris Godwin, Jaden Reed, tight ends, Kelsey and Isaiah Likely. This looks like probably a 2-6-9-3, maybe a 2-6-8-4. I'm not positive yet. We'll see how the end of this draft goes. Coolers over here, since I reviewed his team, added Rashad White, Josh Downs, Denzel Boston, and Stephon Diggs. See if what is Smarmy doing? I know Smarmy has watched, like, I know he's part of the Big Draft Energy channel and all that. So I'm not sure if they're in here. Appreciate the shout. Back to the SBS, or the basics to the SBS is an analytical model which maximizes investment potential and minimizes investment risk when drafting rookies in fantasy football. JD 100 of 100. Yeah, star predictor score. Yeah, I looked it up. I knew it was star predictor something. I just couldn't remember for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not that into Kenyon Sadiq, but I mean, I guess I take Andrews, right? What running backs are left? We're taking Andrews. And then what else do we want to do here? Yeah, we're just going to take Jerry Jeudy. Actually, you know what? We're taking Travis Hunter. That's what we're doing. Chances are one of the three wide receivers in Jacksonville get hurt at some point. If that happens, most likely Travis Hunter gets moved to the other side. I just punched Pepper Tony right in the stomach on his birthday by not only not taking Sadiq for the Lamar stack, taking the Andrew stack, and then drafting Jerry Judy. I don't have a lot of Jerry Judy. Oh no, I didn't. I pulled off a Jerry Judy. Like I said, my mind gone. What's up, Hartman? How we doing? I think it's time for a change of music. I like that other one. This one sounds loud. Is this one louder? Let me know. It sounds louder in my headphones. Never Judy, still alive. You see that JSN contract? Travis Hunter is never playing enough offense to be close to classified as a wide receiver now. Same-ish volume. Got it. Yeah, so I know that I'm getting pretty pumped to do a mock draft. I think I'm going to do a mock draft and release it on Friday as an actual video, just for fun. It's starting to get pretty close to the draft, so I'm probably going to put one out a week. Oh, you do like the previous one best? I'm a volume switcher guy. Like, I'm always changing my songs all the time. I need different sounds in the background personally. But I mean, we can go back to that if everybody agrees. All right, so it looks like people prefer Keaton Mitchell in that range. I prefer all other three players to Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that's me. I need variety in my music. Yeah, I'm kind of Aaron Jones, Jonathan Brooks, clearly above the other two, and Coleman 3 and Mitchell 4. Great idea with the mock. I done one earlier. I done some last year. My NFL mock draft last year, my final version, which was I think my only version last year. I think I kind of done one, but I didn't, like, I just kind of talked through it. I didn't officially make one. And then I officially made one like the Wednesday before the draft. I got the first 9 picks by player correct. I didn't have the trade correct. I did have a trade, but that trade didn't happen. And the player or the team that was at that pick took the player. I did a 1-round mock, and then basically what I'll do is I'll do a 1-round mock, and then I also I slot in fantasy players for rounds 2 and 3. So like I will have all the picks listed, and then I will do let me make my picks real quick. Probably need running back 3 at this point, right? I haven't taken B-Rob for a while, so we'll take B-Rob. We'll take Geno Smith. Should I have a third quarterback with Lamar? Probably not, but it's pick 181. We have Garrett Wilson. I think it's fine. So it'll be an entire first round mock, and then second round and third round, I will list out where I think skill position players will go, is basically what I do. And then I'll do the same thing like the week of the draft, I'll do the same thing. And before Friday, like on Friday, I will do a stream before the draft. Like I'll probably do it like 2 p.m. And I will talk through what I think is going to happen on day 2. I'm not going to be live during the draft. To me, I want to enjoy the draft and just watch it maybe even be in Discord talking with people. Might have people over. I don't know. But I would rather have an interactive experience with the draft and not be on stream, like have it more casual, because I love the draft and I enjoy it. But I would like to discuss like possibilities and things that I think could happen during the draft. It's such a fun time, the draft is. If that last mock doesn't line up with your entry in the fan speak contest, you will be shamed, good sir. I don't care about being shamed, sir. So like it. I don't care about being shamed. I'm going to make changes. I mean, basically, whenever I put that one out, I'll probably just put that out, and then I'll probably enter the fan speak one individual, like afterwards, right? I'm assuming the deadline is the start of the draft for entering that contest. So I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll definitely be doing that. I don't know. I enjoy doing the mock draft stuff. Also, last year was easily my most views. The day of the draft was who's this year's Damian Martinez, where we're picking him up pre-drafts, and he didn't play. Singleton and Washington giving me that kind of vibes. Washington's going to play because he's going to get the capital. The problem with Martinez is he had unknown issues with character. Like, I was not aware of the character stuff, right? But if I had known that in a class that was that deep, I wouldn't have been as in on it, right? But I don't know who's going to be that. A player I don't really like is Singleton. Like, I don't think Singleton has any vision at all. I'm pretty out on Singleton is all. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I am pretty out. So James Cook, Hampton, Scatabo, Brian Robinson. Do I want a fourth tight end here or not? I think Geno Smith was a mistake. Not gonna lie. I think Geno was a mistake. I'm going to take DeMarcado in almost every draft. I think he's an absolute smash. What else do I want to do here? We're going to go with Jeremy Bernard and Emari DeMarcado here. Isn't there a big analyst mock draft you can enter? You put a lot of time into it, so it would probably be good at it. You're not the first or last person to say Geno was a mistake. No, absolutely not. No, there are. I believe most of those are like very high dollar. I forget where it is, but there are some of them. Yeah, Kelsey got paid for multiple years, which was weird, right? I do think the Kelsey contract is slightly better than the Andrews contract, though. But you know what? I got both of those old guys on this team. All three new contract tight ends. What could go wrong? Yeah, so... but there is a big mock draft contest. Let me look up where it is. I know Walter. I'll figure that out. But I know Walter Football, both of them, Charlie Campbell and Walter, both enter that contest every year. They've both been first place in it, or one of the top every year. Like, they're usually both like top 10, or they have been historically pretty good at it. I just don't, like, I do it for fun, right? And if I'm gonna bet on it, I could just bet on the odds of like players taken, positions taken, stuff like that, like over under this player at this pick, stuff like that, right? Instead of entering the contest. Entering the contest would be a lot of fun, though. I can't lie that entering the contest would be a lot of fun, for sure. But I don't put enough time into all the defensive players. Like, I do a little bit of work on the defensive players, but I don't put enough time into that to feel like I really want to enter these mock draft contests. Although it's more about noticing trends in players and what teams do, what this GM likes to do, how they like to build, what team's most likely to do the most screwed up thing to mess everything up, all that stuff. Is that a fact, or is this a Denzel Boston is David Boston's thing? Yeah. Well, Google seems to agree with what Pepper Tony just said. And by the way, if you guys are just joining and you're new to the channel, if you could sub, that'd be fantastic. We are on the road to 500. We are 25 away from 500 subs. At 500, I'll be doing a 12-hour live stream, assuming we get there before the NFL draft. If we get there after the NFL draft, it drops to a 6-hour live stream, but it will happen. I'd been saying that I wasn't sure what I was going to do after. I think I'll just do a 6-hour instead. So it will be a marathon style thing, but still. And smash that like, y'all. Didn't know they were pay to play, but that makes sense. Just figured. No, yeah, it is. It is to an extent. But I think they're like $100 or something to enter. It's not like insane amount of money, but it's more than I want to do for something. Like, I'd rather enter a bigger board. I need a receiver here for sure. Did Tez Johnson go? Yeah, he did. All right, so I took Damon Claiborne, who I'd queued up just in case. I could take Xavier Hutchinson. You know what? It's time. It's time, Pepper Tony. Savion Williams. There we go. We're taking our Savion Williams share here. I evaluate every purchase decision by how many drafts I could. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, like, that's the thing. Bigger boards are CIA fake outs. They never fill. I might actually, let's close this poll. Everybody seems to like. We're gonna do a quick one. Actually, yeah, let's just jump into the next one. I'll go back and review the teams. So I'm in the next lobby for those of you who want to join. Then I'll go through the team that I just drafted. View draft. That's not right. Oh, it's not over. So I have to wait. New poll. Hey, we didn't get a draft. We didn't get one at the back. We have S dot at the 101, Omelet at or Alex at the 3. I got the 4. Two Mules at the 9. Floofy, I just wanted to say that name. Floofy is at the 11. Good luck, everybody. So Danda, Ralph, I think, may be here as well. Let me go find that team real quick that I just drafted so we can go through the final results of it. All right. We got Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, running backs, James Cook, Amari Hampton, Cam Scatterbo. We pushed for a while Brian Robinson, DeMarcado, and Damon Claiborne. I'm leaning very heavily into these 3. I probably should have only went 5 running backs, honestly. I probably shouldn't have taken Claiborne. I probably should have added a 4th tight end. Wide receivers, Wilson, Zay Flowers, Ricky Pearsall, Godwin, Jaden Reed, Travis Hunter, Jeremy Bernard, Savion Williams. And then Travis Kelce, Isaiah Likely, and Mark Andrews. And if you were in that and I didn't review your team, I kind of went over Alex's and Cooler's during the draft. But if you were in there and I didn't go over your team, let me know. I will go back to that and look at that. I mean, let's kind of do that poll, but make it who is less draftable? Who is the least draftable player? And I don't think I spelled draftable correct. Yell at me, make fun of me, it's fine. I screwed up a tweet earlier. Instead of last, I put the word lady, and it said, my lady little board. It's fantastic. Epic stuff. Absolutely epic stuff. So would be yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah, my lady. Is Joe Mixon draftable? And absolutely not. Absolutely. That sounds good enough. We'll just run it as that. My answer is absolutely not. Is there a Mr. Littleboard? I mean, it was even more embarrassing than that, actually. Let me find it real quick. So my lady Littleboard did this on stream with that Jerry football. I didn't reread it. I just sent it. And then I commented on it. Pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious mistype there. My lady Littleboard. Thanks, Jerry. It's a pretty epic typo there. I'll own it. It's all good. Pretty funny to me. Wow, going for a new type of viewer. Absolutely. I welcome everybody to the Who Crew. My fairest maiden, Littleboard doth thee sleepeth. Oh, man. All right, we'll take Jamar Chase, Jeremiah Love. If nothing else, we have a reasonably unique combination here. I'm for that every day. That seems like a lot of fun. Yeah, and if you see in my comments on this, the comment is last not lady, but it hath been written, the internet will never forget. You got to go. It hath been written. You know, you have to enter the medieval times whenever you say "my lady," right? Like you've instantly entered Bill and Ted's phone booth. Slappies are 100% maidenless. Yeah, exactly, right. But I think it's time for the song that some people didn't like because it's the hilarious one where Jamie has Who Hames just whispering in the background the entire time. I would absolutely adore Chris Olave here, but I don't think I'm going to get Chris Olave. I didn't figure I would. So I've got a lot. I think I'm going to pull McMillan up here, actually. I've taken a bunch of Jacobs in this contest. Not that I think he's a bad pick. I want to diversify a little bit. Did you? I've been taking a bunch of Jacobs. Jacobs has been falling to like 31, 32. And I've been taking him more as like just unique combinations on that side of the board. And that's kind of why I pulled McMillan over. There's probably a couple Jamar Chase, Jeremiah Love teams, but they probably also didn't pull McLaurin up or pull McMillan up either, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm Kyron pilled at this point. I wasn't. I kind of am. Now, I'm not going to be overweight Kyron, but I think that Jacobs, Kyron, and Breece Hall are their own tier. And then after that, it changes. I think that Chase Brown, ETN, Derrick Henry and I kind of put Saquon back in that tier. I think Jeremiah Love is at the end of the other tier. But I have, basically Saquon, Chase Brown, ETN, and Henry in one, and then Jacobs, Kyron, and Breece Hall in another. Kind of scared of Jacobs' bottom falling out. He might be a... Yeah, I mean, we've been scared of the King for years, right? Like, for the bottom falling out there, and it just hasn't. But sometimes people are built different. The difference is that Jacobs deals with little injuries every year. Derrick Henry never has. You should take him every chance. Are we talking about Josh Jacobs? Or are we talking about Kyron? I went Bijan Tech combo at some point. Yeah, that seems fun. I've done that on Underdog a little bit because of the divisional correlation stuff. Since it's all about single spike weeks over there, more so like finding it in the playoff weeks. On Underdog. Okay, yeah, exactly. Hey, how we doing, Jonathan? I haven't seen you here before. Hope you enjoy the content. I scared to death of CMC, had no juice, got lots of work. I'm also there, but I'm also scared to fade him fully, so I'm going to have like 4 to 5%. Oh, Mixon. I want all my opponents to take him every draft. I have one single share of Joe Mixon. One share. When he was going at like 160-ish, he fell to 201, and I took him. A lot of this music does. Jamie kills it. All right, so what do we want here? We were talking Jalen Waddle up a little bit. Let's do it. Let's bite the bullet. I don't want 0. I think this is a fun team to have it on. I like a lot of these receivers, but a lot of them come back pretty often. So I'm fine taking him there. I do prefer Egbuka, Evans, McLaurin, and Devontae Smith to Jalen Waddle, though. The Jack Gerbil, probably at least one more productive year in Jacobs. Do you all remember the muscle hamster, by the way? The muscle hamster is awesome. All right, so none of them do make it, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and take Travion here, balance out a little bit. Chuba goes so high now that I probably can't even get him back. So getting a second running back will feel pretty good. First time stopping by. Seen you a bunch with Disco and Sleaze. Well, I appreciate it. You got the Kool-Aid Man. You're going to have to fight Gamblestein for the Kool-Aid Man rights. He has the Fruit Punch Kool-Aid Man as his profile picture. You guys will have to argue a bunch and decide who wins. Yeah, I can hook you up. I can talk to Jamie. Jamie and I work on things together all the time. I can ask him. R.I.P. Doug Martin, right? Loved Doug Martin. Like, man, I loved watching Doug Martin in college. I might get Mixon at 228 for my first finishing DK. Nice. I still can't do it. Chuba is a classic dead zone running back, but Brooks is such a long shot to cut into his work. If Brooks is healthy, he's going to cut into the work. I think it's just that simple. That's where the Jack Gerbil nickname is inspired from Harris Football Pod. Yeah, we're actually like, yeah, I had him make this specific thing. People say it's a little louder. This is one I asked him to make. I wanted something like this. It's my favorite background music. Oh no, not this one. I clicked the wrong one. That one, I don't think I've played on stream, actually. That other one. But this is the one, Two Mules. I don't think it might be. A couple people have said that this one's a little louder. I turned it down a notch. We'll see. But like, I'm not great with music, but I thought that something like this would sound good. I mean, if you want, we can turn the music up a little bit and we could play the entire, like I could just not talk for 4 minutes and we could play the entire song. It's like a 4-minute, 20-second song. If you guys wanted to, we could do that because I love the song. Yes, please. I'm in on Scatabo. I believe, like, we all know, I believe the Giants are fibbing. I'll take all the Scatabo at 69. Let's play the whole album. Play the song. Bump that ish. Blow the old man's. All right, I'll be a little quieter here. Well, is this too loud? Tell me, is this too loud? If it's not too loud, I'll put on the other one. All right, so I'm not going to talk much here, but you guys wanted to hear it. Here it is. From start to finish.
Come out and draft. Down in the pit, Hoons rages through the game. Drafting with infernal flames, shattering the frame. Bestball Degens unite, we're tearing down the chains. From underdog to draft kings, screaming out the names. Stacking Arby's primal, old school blood and veins. Avoiding hero illusions, crushing all the fakes. Live streams erupting chaos, weekly previews in the blaze. Matchup breakdowns, vicious, no burning in the flames. Home Hames, Hames echoing through the screams. Bestball dynasty, degen igniting hellish dreams. Back checks in the fury, gut feels twisting schemes. Stone Age madness in the draft, prehistoric screams. Yabba dabba doo. We're grinding through the torment, high volume, no management. Lock it down in cement. At the wins underscore, FF on next with the underdogs proclaim. Caveman stacks imploding, craving that savage fame, raw and unforgiving. Early picks carve the grave, primitive builds awaken, turning rage into the wave. Team review so brutal, feel the draft's insane exchange. Degen strategies, laser sharp, rearranging the flames.
Always Freebird.
Blissful fury in the flex, crushing the slate. Neanderthal nightmare, sealing your twisted fate. Savage picks, pounding skulls, no mercy in the crate. Clubbing down the rivals, making them disintegrate. Dino draft devouring extinct, but elite rage. Bedrock builds explode and unleash in the cage. Mammoth matchups mauling, Wally, Wrath and Tame, Jurassic jams. Jackerin stacking in the flames. Stone Age, carnage evolving into hate. Woo aims hammers the anvil, locking down.
I'm playing. Now that I've gotten a little better at editing and stuff, I'm gonna make like a full music video for this. I believe, like it may take a while, but I'm gonna work on it.
We're grinding through the torment, high volume, no management. Taming souls in descent.
Yeah, this is my favorite song that he's made.
No rest in our veins, feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hates thunder in the names, claiming all the kills, flames, games, games. Degen wrath of fuse, Stone Age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
Yeah, so Sleazebomb didn't respond back to me, but I have, like, he made a song for Sleazebomb. I have it. I could send it to him, but he just didn't respond whenever I messaged him about it about a month ago.
Cayman King! Yabba dabba. Right eternal, stacks extinct. Bestball degenerates, we never leave the pit. Fossil fury, pterodactyl gang sway. Stone Age reigns, who harm me forever. See you in the next draft, motherfucker.
All right, there you go. We're done with that. You guys wanted it. Thought I'd listen to it. I listen to it all the time. It gets me jacked up. Of course, Bo Nix goes. Thanks, S. Dot. Figured I could push Bo Nix there. Did not work out. But we got Jackson Dart. It's all good. we can still stack that up. We'll take Sam Laporta. So the team right now, we have Jackson Dart, we have Jeremiah Love, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatabo, Chuba Hubbard, wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tedero McMillan, and Jalen Waddle. Tight end, Sam Laporta. I thought I would be able to get... I had Patrick Mahomes as a blocker, and I had Stafford and Purdy as blockers for Nix. I kind of expected to be able to push Bo Nix back around. I do think that Bo should come up. I identified that Sutton was on this side of the board. But Bo Nix is like, he's very easily stackable late. So like, I don't hate it. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I actually think that Bo Nix backstacking is perfectly fine. Like, I'm not upset. If I wanted Nix, I was required to take him, right? I don't believe in sniping. I believe that like you push things, and if it doesn't happen, it's your fault because you tried to push it. But yeah, I thought that because you didn't have Sutton, that there was a better chance that you would only take one and maybe look later. Because you do have the Daniel Jones stack here as well. So I was thinking you may go pretty and like try to get Daniel Jones down here at 144. And I seen that. I took a gamble. I lost. Well, so currently on Drafter specifically, most of the time, like I know I just took 3 quarterbacks on the last team, but for the most part, 2 quarterbacks is just the way to go. It's generally better overall on Drafters, at least. Like I know I took Geno as a 3rd quarterback on a Lamar team just a minute ago, but he was stacked at 180. So I was okay with that. But I do agree. It's a lot harder to do. I think that for drafters, it will stay that way. But on Underdog, when we switch to 18 rounds, I do think that pushing quarterback is going to be something that you can do pretty regularly. I mean, he might have just... I mean, he took Bo Nix from me. I get Laporte at 100, and I just get Jared Goff back. So, to be honest with you, it's kind of a win-win. It kind of worked out even better, actually. Absolutely, like I'm pretty happy with this. All in all, like Jeremiah Love, Travion, Scatabo, Hubbard. Yes, wide receivers thin, but we're gonna rely on the 4 or the 3 wide receivers we have to carry the load. I'd imagine that be true on Underdog. DraftKings will be absolutely. DraftKings is fun because like you can get so screwed. When I'm this late getting my first quarterback, I almost feel like I have to double tap to feel good. Yeah, I totally get it. And we all go into like our comfort zones of like what we like, what we don't like, stuff like that. I would have loved Josh Downs there. We're gonna take Juwan Jennings because I think as soon as he signs somewhere, he's gonna move up about 20 picks. Like I've been trying to get a bag of Juwan Jennings. Can you guys even hear this music in the background, by the way? Let me know. And by the way, I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you're on X and you're watching and you're not subbed to me over on YouTube, if you could go to the chat, click that link, come over here and give me a sub. We'll be doing a 12-hour live stream at 500 subs post NFL draft. It'll be a good time. We'll be drafting on all 3 websites, on DraftKings, on Drafters, and on Underdog, for sure. I was so close to taking off that round. Where are you at, sir, Jonathan? Are you? I think Alos S. de Boss is actually a. Is that you, or are you Floopy? Because I recognize this game or this name. I thought Shuck would fall back to me. Too greedy. That's what you get for pushing quarterback, sir. Not in my room. Oh, Ralph Wiggums. That's right. I knew I recognized the name. Okay, you're Ralph. Yeah, I think did I shout you out at the beginning as being in here? But we got 25 likes. I wasn't planning on doing a third draft. Like, if we end up getting to like, I don't know. I don't really want to give a light goal today. I'll feel like if I want to do another draft, I'm going to do one. If we do a third draft, it's going to be DraftKings. So I just don't know. I'm probably going to call it after this one, though, to be honest with you. Okay, so we got Dart. We have Jared Goff. We have Jeremiah Love, Hendo. We have the Dart stack with Scatabo. We have Chuba. We have Jamar Chase. We have McMillan. We have Waddle. We have Jennings. We have Laporta. I mean, I definitely want Concepcion here. Like, my order of business is Concepcion into Cooper. 4 receivers, 6 receivers, 7 receivers. So I'm assuming S. Dot will take Cooper. I'm going to go ahead and take Concepcion and see if that happens or not. They still only have 3 running backs, but they are good running backs. Feels like Kelsey would be an excellent pick. He would have been, but he went right before me. There you go. I think I'm at like 12%, something like that. The problem is that the best pick is Omar Cooper in this range. I think it's not objectively, it's very, up for debate. But I think Omar Cooper's like still clearly a value. We're getting a first round wide receiver. Like, this is probably 2 first round wide receivers, and you're getting them in rounds 12 and 13. Like, Matthew Golden and Egbuka were going in round 9 last year, right? So, and both of them paid off. Now, I had 0 Kelsey 3 years ago when he was in the first round. I'm going to have a lot in the 12th round. Yeah, like, so speaking of that, like, Kelsey actually had a pretty solid season. He ended up with 76 receptions, 850 yards, 5 touchdowns. Like, even if he drops to 600 yards and 60 receptions, like, that's a fantastic price here. Golden was a bust, but he was also not really asked to do a lot. He wasn't on the field a bunch. He absolutely, yeah. I guess I said they all worked out. But Egbuka, I was thinking Egbuka and Burton. Yeah, I don't know why. But basically, like, it's still the same profile. The gold out, yeah, like I said earlier tonight, like, my mind is kind of gone because I've been sleeping all day, not been feeling the best. And by the way, welcome, Nathan. Welcome to the chat again. Last year, got to bet on a second-year discount. Yeah, I'm going to be at the field. I think that the Packers receivers are really good bets. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. For sure. I had a lot of Hunter last year. In the big board, I had a bag, or in the pre-draft contest, I did. Post-draft, I was like 10%, but I basically skipped all the. I got a bunch of them in the 50s, and then he moved up. I didn't take much, and then he moved back down, and I took some. Yeah, Jordan or Jeremiah, because I think both of them could. But Jordan Love, I think that he could be a really good pick. He's going as like quarterback 20, you know. Had like $20 over 7K entries. That's a stand. Jordan Love, yeah, Jordan Love on underdog. He used to be my number one owned quarterback. I think it's Jaden Daniels now, and Love is 2. But I think that they're like, that's no hate on Love. That's just more that I think that Jaden Daniels shouldn't be in the 6th round. I think it's the 6th round. Yeah. I just don't think he should be in the 6th round. I call me crazy, but I think that's crazy. Call me crazy. I call you crazy. I haven't taken Ayuk in a while. Let's take the Ayuk gamble on this one. Let's see how that turns out. You're crazy. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, and by the way, for anybody who didn't know, if you want to join the Drafters chat, you can just type this in, and you can go into the lobby that's being streamed, and you can talk. Because as we know, the money is here. How did I miss that Mike Rob was in here? That's my bad. How did I miss that Mike Rob was in here? But I do think that if you type that in, you can go into any lobby and talk. I mean, he's obviously healthy. He's had a whole year to recover. Question is he mentally ready? You know? All right. We'll take it 170 Emmett Johnson share. Yeah, you can. Because I shared a link once, and Pepper Tony jumped in. He couldn't do anything, but he could enter the draft and talk. I think you could even like go to the main page, and if you can find a draft that just fired, you can go in and just talk crap to people in the chat. If you can, like, basically, if you take this number and add a 9 to it instead of an 8, you're probably in the next lobby. I would assume it just procedurally generates the numbers by 1, because that's how a system usually works. So I could probably type in a 9 here and go into another lobby and just talk trash to people for fun. Nobody does that, but I'm assuming it's something you could do. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to, you're welcome. I need the code for every FK draft after draft out. If you just start typing in the numbers, you might find a Coolers draft. And you can go in there and talk crap to them. I don't know. And I don't know if that would work. I'm just assuming that if I added this to a 9, that it would put me into a different lobby. Oh, that's a baseball one. So it alternates sports, huh? Okay, so it alternates completely. So it does procedurally generate, but it's between everything that goes. But yeah, you can go in and just talk to people, I guess. I would have actually taken a Tesla share there. I don't have much Tesla. Let's go with Dalton Schultz here. Coordinated bullying is good for the game. You know, I'm feeling pretty good tonight. I might just go ahead and do a DraftKings draft after this. This is the haters parade now. You're all welcome for the insight, by the way. Like I didn't know that until I randomly shared. I meant to share something else to Pepper Tony, and he popped in and he was talking in the chat, and I was like, oh, that's how that works. So it was my stupidity that made this noted. I do think that Cade Otton fits this team pretty well. So does Njoku. All right, so what running backs are left? Because they do dry up. I've done 2 drafts and taken Scatabo in both. I don't think I have that much of him in this contest at the moment, though. So let's go with Cade Otton this time. I kind of flip a coin. I kind of just go back and forth between those guys. I have a bag of Gunnar Helm. Mason Taylor, I don't get to him as much. He tends to go in my rooms a little earlier. All right. But yeah, I think I don't know if I'm cooking. I mean, I'm cooking. It's just, is it a masterpiece or is it a trashterpiece, I guess, would be the other thing. We got Jackson Dart, Jared Goff, Jeremiah Love, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatabo, Chuba Hubbard, Emmett Johnson. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tedero McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Juwan Jennings, Concepcion, Omar Cooper, and Ayuk. Talk about a thin back end. Sam Laporta, Dalton Schultz, Cade Otton. We're definitely going to try to get like a veteran presence in our wide receiver room of some sort. I was also trying to mess around with a different overlay for my background here earlier today. I failed, so I'm going to have to like redo some of it. I couldn't get it to overlay the way I wanted it to. I couldn't get it to layer correctly, so I'm going to have to mess with that. I'm hoping to have some of that done by the end of the week to have like a more clean setup. I actually put some borders around everything. I might get rid of the actual background here with the owl as well. I don't know if I'm going to use that still because I want to put words in the middle up here. Basically my BBO code. And by the way, I haven't said this yet today. If you're new to Drafters and you would like to join, you can use promo code WHO, capital H, 2 little O's, for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. All right, so what are we left with here? I think that Vele fits this specific team very well. We're going to take Vele here. I need somebody who I know is going to be on the field some. even if they take a rookie, I think early on, he's going to be on the field. So I do have 5 running backs here. I think I'm fine with those running backs. There is a guy I wouldn't mind taking, but didn't end up getting Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney went. Did Darnell Mooney go? Oh, yeah, I see him now. We'll take Tez Johnson. He's going to get some play as well. So that's 9 receivers. Might have been a mistake to go 9 receivers, starting with Chase, McMillan, and Waddle, and Jennings. But we're just looking for spike weeks there. If Scatterbo is healthy and they don't take Jeremiah Love, which obviously I'm betting on, like, I think that we have a very strong running back room. So, and if not, the team's just dead, which is fine. There is a running back I wouldn't mind taking here, though, that is still on the board. I like the Jerome Ford click at the end. I've taken it a couple times with Rachaad White. I do need to take Jerome. Like, I think Jerome Ford plus JCM. Like, if you want to take JCM at 134 and then Jerome Ford at 220, I think that that's probably the way to play that backfield. If you're gonna, like, as long as they don't get Jeremiah Love, like, it feels pretty okay. But if you would like a review, say something in the chat. I'll go through your team. I'm absolutely shocked what Two Mules did there at the end of this draft. Never would have seen both of those coming. Absolutely. Yep. How we doing, Lutz? I mean, I think I just take a random Joe Mixon. Look at that. Somebody's not paying attention to the poll. I'll take Najee if he's here. Adam Randall's a player that I've been mixing in at the end of these drafts, though. His ADP is based off of the main, which isn't being drafted anymore. He doesn't go in most of these. Shocker, he went here. So we'll take Najee. Jets 2025 MVP. I'll review your team. Trash. Review done, Lutz. Absolutely done. Trash. All right, we got a 2-6-9-3. Jackson Dart, Jared Goff, running back, Jeremiah Love, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatterbo, Chuba Hubbard, Emmett Johnson, Najee Harris, wide receiver, Jamar Chase, Tedero McMillan, Mr. Waddle, Juwan Jennings, Casey Concepcion, Omar Cooper, Brandon Ayuk with the big swing, Vele plus Tez Johnson, tight end, Laporta, Stack, Schultz, and Cade Otton. So we got Dart stacked up with Scatterbo. And then we got Laporta stacked up with Goff. Just some skinny stacks there. But that's what we got. I know. That's why I said trash. We'll review Alex's team here. He is Omelet, for those who do not know. We got a 3-6-7-4. Matthew Stafford, CJ Stroud, Cam Ward. We got Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Ramondre, Woody Marks, Imari DeMarcado, Nick Singleton. I like this. You got Chase Brown and Stevenson and Woody to support the spike weeks. Because, like, Woody's going to get some point. Like, I really like the DeMarcado click. Like, we all know that. I've been hyping it up. I think that this is a good 3 behind Harvey to allow him to spike when he needs to spike. and you're using Chase Brown as an anchor. That feels good. Puka, Olave, Devonta Smith, Adams with a double stack there. Jacoby Myers, Xavier Worthy, Josh Downs, Goddard, Stowers, Mason, triple stack there with T. Ferg. I like it. Is Cam Ward? Oh, you just took the massive fall on Cam Ward. No stack, just the massive fall. That makes sense there. And then CJ Stroud with nobody either. I guess you got Woody Marks there. So yeah, it all makes sense. Yep. Got sniped on Bellinger. Well, you should have known what Two Mules was going to do. We got a 3-4-10-3 here. Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith. Running backs, Genty, Achane, Breece Hall, Judkins. I love that when you went with these four, that you stopped. That is fantastic. Wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, Alec Pierce, Jordan Tyson, Cortland Sutton, Shakir, Jalen Naylor, Calvin Ridley, Tank Dell, Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Williams. I like the structure of this. You got Shakir at a discount. You got Sutton at a discount. You got Garrett Wilson. And then you have a bunch of guys who could spike. I like it. I'm not in on Isaiah Williams, but I don't think he's a bad pick either. Tight ends, Isaiah Likely, Njoku, and Daniel Bellinger. Yeah, somebody took Schultz. Who would that be? If there's no more reviews, we're gonna go ahead and do another draft. We're gonna join the DK $10 lobby. And we're going to join that lobby in 15 seconds.
Bestball Degens rest. We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns, who wins, immortal.
All right, we're 8 of 12. I didn't get the timestamp for my last draft. I'll have to go back and find it. Drafters number 2. So we'll definitely get that taken care of here pretty soon. Any chance Joe Mixon goes to Seattle? I mean, there is a chance. There's definitely a chance that he goes to Seattle, but I don't know. I'm kind of betting that he doesn't go anywhere. Look at that. We get blessed with the 101. There is no question. It is absolutely Bijan Robinson. That's where I've been. We got Will E here at the 2. I'm not sure if you're watching. We got AWASD at the 8. We got D-Dad at the 9. I believe this is Deal Me In because his name says Deal Me In. I know I'm an absolute genius. You're all welcome. You guys get to witness me in 3K. What's up? How we doing? Pull up Achan for the guy who doesn't pull up Achan, huh? No, I think that he's fine on Bellinger's a fine pick. What's up? Deal Me In. How we doing? I don't know why this just went all stupid. Okay. I clicked the draft. Whenever I clicked the draft board, it went different. You got to absolutely love the DK 2-minute clock to count down to start the draft. You absolutely have to love it. No. Absolutely not. Gibbs here, full PPR. I mean, who actually caught more passes last year? Was it Bijan or was it Gibbs? Let me go find my sheet real quick. I mean, we know what I'm doing with the first pick. All right, so let's go with receptions. Hey, look, Bijan caught as many, if not more, passes than Gibbs. CMC had 100. Like, I don't think it. Pull up Ioman, are you coward? But yeah, like, I'm gonna bet on. I mean, he might. I personally think that Kevin Stefanski is gonna do some crazy things with Bijan Robinson. I am a believer that Stefanski will run an insanely good offense over there. Um, now, and I also believe that Tua as a quarterback is absolutely going to pepper Bijan Robinson even more. So, like, I think that Goff is a better quarterback, but I do think that we're going to see Tua kind of do the Tua thing and check down a bunch as well. And I think Bijan is going to have a better running success. I think that whenever it's all said and done, like I think they're clearly the 1-2. Yeah, I think it's going to be like 50-50, right? I think Tua will start 8 to 10 games, but that 8 to 10 games will be in the regular season of this. Um, I think it's 50-50 on. I think it's like an even bet between Bijan and Gibbs pass catching. Uh, I know Pacheco's not known to catch passes, and I do think that the Lions add somebody in free or in the draft. Like the Lions feel like a Jonah Coleman team, honestly. Uh, to me, Jonah Coleman, I don't know. For some reason, he just feels like a thing. And by the way, we got D Dad here pulling Kenneth Walker up to the 9, making a statement. I think Sims made a great point about Tate. He simply isn't special. The NFL requires special traits. Uh, I I think that being incredibly smooth at everything you do is a special trait, and it doesn't translate very well. And that's what, like, it doesn't translate to watching film as well. He doesn't do anything incredibly well, but he's so smooth at everything that he's clearly the number one receiver this year. I don't care what Chris Sims says. Chris Sims had Kyle Williams number 2 last year. Now, that didn't work out, but all right. So, like, I get it. Like Chris Sims, no, he does no ball, but like, and I understand like wanting to put Tyson or Lemon or whoever you want over Tate. That's fine. Like, I'm not going to argue it. I just think Tate is the clear number one because how smooth he is with catching the ball makes things that are hard look easy. Like that doesn't translate as well overall. Sure, we'll take London Bijan Bowers. Why not? I have a bit of Bryce Lance. Sims is a nepo baby who won't admit it, and he thinks he was great. He seems to see through his glasses, very biased, so hardly take his takes hardly pan out. That exactly. Chris Sims to me only does things for clicks. Yeah, yeah. As I was saying it, I'm sure Darkside typed this, but as I was saying it, this popped up. That's exactly what he did last year. That's what he's going to do this year. I've been on Bryce Lance since before the combine. I think I took him on one of my first underdog drafts, actually. Uh, and then whenever the combine happened, I'm up to like 11%. I think it is. Yeah, so my underdog right now, I have $236. I took him in a bigger board. I actually Fantasy Dog Pound and I had a draft. I was like, I'm gonna take the 19th pick, and you can do whatever you want with the 20th pick. Luckily, he took Christian Kirk in the 20th round. I took Bryce Lance in the 19th, and I would have taken Christian Kirk at 19, but I was like, there's no way anybody's gonna take Christian Kirk. And luckily for us, I would like that was before he signed. But yeah, let me put the music back on. I forgot I turned it off. My bad. My bad, everybody. I think he's gonna go. I think he's like a lock. That's kind of where I look for him. But I think that it's a good dart in the last round. I do think he's pretty landing spot dependent. He's an X receiver. He's gonna be a clear out guy. He's gonna have spike weeks. I think he's really good at ball tracking. Bryce Lance, that is. So, like that's the thing. Like these deep ball receivers need something that Worthy does kind of struggle with a little bit. So. Let's everyone keep. I mean, we could do that. Like, my takes from last year are out there. Well, so like, I think that Tate has very similar traits to Jefferson coming out of college. Like, not only, and it's kind of lazy comparison because like he has the elite wide receiver opposite of him. But like Jefferson just made everything look so smooth. He got underrated because of how smooth he was in all of his routes and everything, right? And people were like, I don't know if he could ever be a one. Everyone's saying the same things about Carnell Tate. I think that I'm just a huge Carnell Tate fan. And I could be wrong. Like, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. We're going to go to this one, actually. I think a big thing we need to take into account with Sims is that he seems to be the only backup out there who didn't get a coordinator job offer ever. The NFL knows, and we should see that. Somebody is really not a fan of Chris Sims. I think Mike Robb spends every night while he's home doing nothing, researching Chris Sims and ways to FUD him. Is this true? Are these allegations true, Mike Robb? I don't have much Luther Burden, but we'll take him here. Do I want to do this? We're definitely going to take Burden. Yeah, we're gonna double tap wide receiver there. We're gonna go hero RB here. Yeah, we'll all be wrong so many times in this space, but yeah, he had him at 4. I got it. Like, what I did notice is that he didn't have Mekhi Lemon anywhere close. Because he wasn't in the top 6. All I seen was his top 6. That's all I know. By the way, if you guys are new and you enjoy the content, if you can smash that sub, that'd be fantastic. At 500 subs, assuming we get there before the NFL draft, and we are on pace to do that. We'll have a 12-hour live stream post NFL draft. It'll be a good time. We'll be doing DraftKings, we'll be doing Drafters, we'll be doing Underdog, but we'll be doing 12 hours of gambling. It'll be fantastic. We'll have guests on. And at 500 subs, this is the part I'm excited about. I get to add emojis. I can add emojis to my channel at that point for do the members. So that'll be fun. I'll have a good time making them. So go ahead and hit the sub if you would like to be part of that. The only time I remember Sims is when he posts crazy ass quarterback rankings in the backup of the top 20 on rookie rankings. Got it. Yeah, so I'm personally like not worried at all on Carnell Tate. And I'm a little worried on Lemon and pretty worried on Tyson not being healthy for this year. I like this start from Quid Pro Quo here. Like, it is unique. It's kind of like he's given up a first round pick because like as long as he does things later, that's things that early in the contest wasn't happening, this is fine. Like adding like a Christian Kirk or something to the team, because Kenneth Walker was going at 33 all the time earlier in the contest. But having Walker with Rice and Hampton for the divisional stuff, that's a pretty fun thing to do. All right, so maybe he's not yeah, maybe he's a slappy, Mike Rob. Have you ever thought about that, Mike Rob? Maybe he's just a slappy. Okay, so Jaden Daniels does go there. That probably saved me. I don't have much Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good price. I just don't have much right now. I'm gonna buy in on the Chuba stuff though. I just want pieces of the Canales offense. All right. Do we do this? Yeah, we do this. We can take Jalen Hurts. We take Chuba there. So the team right now, we have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. We have Bijan Robinson and Chuba. We have Brock Bowers at tight end. We have Drake London. We got the London fall with Bijan. Luther Burden and Devonta Smith stacked up with Jalen Hurts. Pretty fun little team here. We got double elite plus hero RB kind of, sort of, kind of. I think, like, if Tyson was healthy, I would have him at the same, like, if I wasn't worried about the Tyson's health, I'd have him in the same tier with Tate. I kind of have Lemon behind them a little bit. I have Omar Cooper closer to Lemon than I have Lemon closer to Tate. And I think that that's becoming less and less of a stand thing. Like, I think that some people are weirded out by Lemon's interviews and all that. But, like, for me, it was more of just like, I just really think that Omar is going to translate to an offense very well. DraftKings is a different beast. I had a crazy team last year get to the semifinals and it dudded out. It was a Mahomes team. I entered with, I think I only had Cam Ward live at that point. But it was a Mahomes, Rashee Rice stack that ended up But like, it was a Mahomes worthy Rice stack, but I got Rice in the 6th and worthy, like, it was at the 101 or something too. So it was really unique. I had like 3 fallers in the first 100 picks of like 15 plus picks. It was just a nutty room. All right, so question is am I going to pull a quarterback up here, or am I going to be okay pushing? I think we're going to try to push a quarterback in this room, assuming nothing falls to us that we really like. Like, obviously, we're not going to get Caleb, right? But we don't have anything else. Like, unless we do a double tap here. Like, if Ricky Pearsall made it back, and I would double tap Ricky and Purdy. But, like, other than that, I'm good. So, but yeah, so tomorrow I am going to go live with, sorry, I was looking to see if Steve messaged me. We're still going to do our show, I believe, at 2 p.m. with Steve. And then at Who's Crew, I think it's volume 8, will be DJ Quill. She will be on. So DJ Quill last year had only done like lower dollar contest for the most part, if I remember right. But they, in the $2 mini on drafters, they had a top 8 finish and 2 other finishes in the top 50. They had 3 top 50 finishes over on drafters in the $2 mini last year. Absolute awesome stuff. They'll be joining me tomorrow. It'll be a good time. And it won't be at my normal stream time. It'll be at 6:30 Eastern. So I'm going to stream later than usual. 6:30 Eastern, or 6:30 Central. I said Eastern. 6:30 Central Time, I believe, is the time that we set up to do it. Try having 4 in the bottom 50. Come talk. Okay, so Ricky does go there. Let's see what we have to work with. I mean, I think I know what I want. What wide receivers are left? I think I want Addison. I think I want Algier. Do I want Algier or do I want Rico? We're definitely taking Addison. We could go Kyler. Let's get weird. Let's go Kyler. Let's pull Kyler up the board here. So the team right now, we got Kyler and Addison done at quarterback. Kyler with Jalen Hurts done. So we got a skinny stack on both teams. We have Devonta Smith, Luther Burden, Drake London. We have Brock Bowers. And we have 2 running backs, Bijan Robinson and Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, DJ Quill was putting pickups in all the time in my Discord and hit several of them actually. So big fan of the kicker props. Definitely a big fan of the kicker props. So, and then like we'll do Who's Crew on Wednesday as well, and that'll be with Aaron Sandy. Since we didn't get one in last week, we're going to do 2 this week. It'll be an awesome time. There's nothing better than putting a face with the name. Yeah, I followed about half of them. I didn't follow all of them. Every once in a while, she'd put one in there, and I'd be like, I don't like this specific prop on it, and I'd put one of my own in, and then mine would miss, and hers would hit, and I'd be like, well, whoops. Or like, I would change receptions to yards or something, or scale up the receptions, and when I scaled, it didn't hit, but the actual one that was posted hit. I do too much scaling is my problem. I didn't hit very many, but the ones I hit were really big, and I definitely lost money over the year on pick'ems myself. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. All right, we're starting to get restless from sitting down for a little bit. But yeah, so I like this team so far. I wasn't planning on taking my next quarterback there, but we did it. Give me 1 minute. All right, so Tony Pollard goes at 102. I think Pollard's a player that falls all the way back sometimes. I've been trying to scoop him some. I really like the Tony Pollard price as a contingent bet on Jeremiah Love getting taken to the Titans. And even if he doesn't, let's say Love doesn't go to the Titans and Pollard's just a guy at the Titans. Well, Pollard's fallen some picks because they think he's going to go to the Titans. I mean, I'm not a big Kyle Monangai guy, but if this man makes it all the way to me here, we are so in. Like I definitely don't love the Kyle Monangai price, but this feels good. Like this is kind of a price I think he should be going. I think that DeAndre Swift is a little hated on. And I think that Monangai got too much steam early from people who just wanted to bet against. I don't think the Monangai price was a Monangai price. I think the Kyle Monangai price was an anti-DeAndre Swift price more than anything else. So figured that given a 19 was going to do that. They only had 2 RBs. So for us, we have 2 RBs. But one of them is one of the best RBs. So Drake London, Burden, Devonta Smith, Addison. Man, do I want 2 RBs here? I mean, Jordan Mason is not going to catch passes. But we're gonna go ahead and do that to kind of secure up this RB room. Like, this feels pretty solid. Gainwell, Mason, Chuba, and Bijan feels pretty solid overall as a running back room. So Dallas Goedert gets pulled up in front of me. I wasn't going to take a tight end there, so I'm pretty happy that that happened. They weren't going to take a running back, so pretty glad that it worked out for both of us. But yeah, I definitely need like a floor receiver, and there aren't really many floor receivers left because Burden, Devonta Smith, and Addison, all massive spike week guys. So would definitely like to get a little bit more floor on this team. Let's see what Deal Me In's doing over here. We got Brock Purdy, Tyler Shuck, Justin Herbert, ETN, Genty, DeAndre Swift. No tight ends, wide receivers, Godwin, Harrison, Evans, all the way up at 37, stacked up. ETN stacked up. Oh, you get Deal Me In got weird. I didn't realize this early. Pulled up ETN to the 1.2 or to the 1.12 to go ETN Genty. I have to say, Deal Me In, I'm really not a fan of that at all, because ETN was going at 36, 37. He was going from 34 to or 33 to 40 forever. This contest has been open like the entire time. If this was a time box contest, I wouldn't hate it, but you're gonna have a bunch of teams with like Genty, CD Lamb, ETN, McMillan. Even with Evans, like Evans is also a guy who's pulled up. So Evans at like 61 on top of that. Like, these are all players that you're just missing an extra pick because ETN was going over here. I know he's currently going on the left side of the board. So unless we're taking the whole back end of the draft of people like Christian Kirk and Emmanuel Wilson's, I don't like it at all, because you're just competing with less good players, essentially. Like the C-Rod pick is one of those that, like, he was getting mixed in then, but wasn't taken every time. So I don't like, that's a kind of pick that I think you are required to make if you're going to do something like pull ETN all the way up. I do wonder where ETN ends. I think the ETN will probably be a staple from 20 to 29 during the BBM season. I don't know if that made any sense to you, Deal Me In, but that's just kind of how I view it. Wooly the Mammoth over here. Hey, no problem. Like, it's not a hate thing. It's just I was trying to figure out why you were like, why you had Shuck. I was like, oh well, just because of all of that. And like, yeah, if you take like Christian Kirk, Jalen Tolbert's, people like that at the end, it will be unique, but you'll still be missing that top end firepower no matter what. All right, so the plan the entire time was to get Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason on this team. And yeah, do we want Juwan Jennings? I think we want Juwan Jennings here. Yeah, we're going to double up the Minnesota backfield, and we're going to take Juwan Jennings. So the team right now, we have Jalen Hurts. We have Bijan Robinson, Chuba Hubbard. Wide receivers, London Burden, Devonta Smith, Brock Bowers. Jordan Addison stacked up with Kyler. We have Kenneth Gainwell. We have both Minnesota RBs. We have Juwan Jennings. So we have all, like, a lot of Minnesota's offense minus Justin Jefferson. Sorry to beaten you, but you got beaten to Kyler Murray, sir. You're welcome. I have the bad puns. That's what I'm here for, sir. I'll be here all day. Man, Juwan Jennings at 145 is like, it's such a big swing. I really like that pick. I haven't been doing the Minnesota running back thing very often, but I think double tapping him with Bijan here and Chuba and Gainwell, if I want, I can stop at these five pretty easily. We are one like away from 40 unless my stuff is just not showing properly again. Normal, like a lot of the time whenever I say how many likes I have, it ends up not being right. Oh, yep, it says 40 over here now. So I'll actually like my own stream. I don't ever like my own stream, but we did it this time. All right, so let's see what he does now. What Deal Me In does now to, like, man, Britton Strange at 150 is stealing. Omar Cooper. Hey, you're starting to win me over, sir. Starting to win me over with that Omar Cooper pick. I would have taken Omar there if Jennings wasn't on the board still. So, is there anybody out there who, since I've started putting the background music on, that they dislike it? Just in general, like not a specific song, but do the streams feel better with the background music? I think it feels better. At first I thought it would distract me from everything, but it hasn't seemed to that much. So, and obviously I'm only going to run the music whenever I'm solo. We got so the Joe Mixon draftable poll, 79%, 28 votes. Only 28 votes. I guess we got 28 watching, so that makes sense. Absolutely not draftable, 79%. Absolutely at 21%. Poll closed. No more chances. All right, so, I mean, Jonah Coleman's going to fall all the way back. I mean, Keaton Mitchell at 170 is fine, right? I don't hate it at 170. I still like Emmett Johnson more, but Chimere DK at 167 with Shadur. Definitely going to go Hunter Henry here. Yeah, we're taking Emmett. We're doing the thing. I know I said I could stop, but that's my boy. We're taking my boy. We're taking my boy every time there. So, yeah, I'm starting to wind down a little bit. Let's look through the team again. Actually, let's look at what Willie's doing here. We got Puka, we have Derrick Henry, we have Chris Olave, Scatabo at 47, Parker Washington at 50, Charbonnet at 71. How did I miss this? We have Zach Charbonnet at pick 71, Tucker Kraft, Matt Stafford, Tyler Algier. He at least stacked with Puka. Dallas Goedert, well before ADP. Daniel Jones, like I understand that Daniel's pulling up the quarterback. Tyreek Hill at 143. Shadur Sanders at 146. Chimere DK at 167. Back to ADP with Tajay Spears at 170. A unique team. No idea why Sharps got pulled to 71. Scatabo continually falls now. I'm surprised. They probably thought I may take him. I'm pretty glad they took him. I'm in on Scatabo at his new ADP for sure. But I'm not going to take him at his old ADP anymore, personally. Until after the NFL draft, if I'm correct, that's going to be his new ADP again, right? Like, if it ends up to where they don't take Jeremiah Love, like Scatabo, to me, his ADP jumps up to the 40s. Like, 44, 45, kind of on that turn again. All right, so I made rankings a long time ago. Haven't went back and fixed them. So if Penix makes it all the way back, I'll take him. So we basically need an adult wide receiver here, right? So we need the floor. We need the floor noise. And did Tua go? Tua just went. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and take Penix, actually. I do think that Penix finishes the season. So we have the Bijan London stack. We don't want to not have the quarterback there just in case. I was going to take Tua if he fell. Whenever I seen he wasn't there, I changed my plan. I thought I was going to push Penix, and now I realized that I'm assuming FAD here was pretty live to also take Penix to secure the quarterback room there. So, but we ended up not doing that and go ahead and taking Penix. We got what we got? We didn't get a hit we didn't get to hit our clip earlier or today. So I've been working on some new clips as well for the channel. Couple of you have seen behind the scenes, one of them. I've got a couple more ideas for them. I'm hopefully going to be in the lab tomorrow messing with those. But I'm going to sorry, I'm looking at some stuff on the other side. All right, so what does this team need? We have Bowers and Henry, so we could stop at 2 tight ends. I'm probably still going to go 3. I think we're just going to go with the basic 3-6-6 or 3-6-8-2 here. I feel pretty strong at every position, and I want the 3rd tight end in case Bowers gets hurt again. I want the ability to push him through to the playoffs, right? And with Drake Lunt, I love this wide receiver room's ceiling and floor. When Jennings is going to give somewhat of a floor along with London when Jennings signs. And then we have 3 major spike week guys in Burden, Devonta Smith, and Addison. So I think I can add more spike to this team. Probably go with the tight end and a wide receiver here on the way back around. Darnell Mooney did go. I was looking for him. I think he's one of the better picks on the board right now. Christian Kirk is a pretty good pick as well. Who ended up with Christian Kirk? Obviously, somebody who knows ball. Christian Kirk was a guy I was going to look for over Flournoy for sure. I do think that 170 is too early for him, but at this point, I think it is. Sidekick really wants me to take a 3rd tight end. You got Loveland and Fannin. Are you going to cave to the machine, or are you going to make the machine your slave? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Alex is AWASD over here on DraftKings. He's got to be weird and have a different name on every website. Got to make things hard for everybody else. Trying to be out, he's out there trying to like disguise himself and stuff. Let's, I haven't taken Elijah Surratt in a while. This could be a Surratt team. I love Jeremy Bernard. I think Jeremy Bernard's a better pick overall than, like, I think that I just have Jeremy Bernard straight up well above Surratt. But I don't think that Surratt's a bad pick. I don't have any rookies on this wide receiver room. I could just take both of them. I wish there were easier. I don't think you can change. I don't think it's an ability you get to change the username. All right, so do I want another tight end or not? I definitely want Surratt. We'll go Surratt and T-Ferg. We'll go Bowers, Henry, and T-Ferg. T-Ferg, a player I really, really liked before the Higbee signing. The Higbee re-signing is interesting to me. I do know that they were sending, like, all the downfield routes. Like, they were drawing plays up for T-Ferg, and he was open, but him and Stafford didn't seem to really have a connection. So, Io Manor is a baller. How are we doing, Petunia Shoulder? Thanks for popping in. First time I've seen you chat. Hope you enjoy the content. If you do, if you could sub, that'd be fantastic. We're close to 500. 500, I get to add emojis and stuff to the channel. Make everything more interactive. It'll be a good time for sure. Are you in this draft, sir? Let me look. Let me see if I can. I don't see anywhere. Probably just a passerby. Just a passerby, I assume. And if you have commented before and I'm not remembering, I do apologize. All right, so Pat Fryermuth was the other one that I had my eyes on as well. I like Io Manor. I'm just kind of worried that they're taking, like, they're definitely going to take a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds, I believe. I mean, I kind of think they go Jeremiah Love into an offensive lineman, into a wide receiver maybe. I could definitely see Tennessee being a team that trades back in the 2nd round though. They have a lot of holes, and this class is really deep at defensive line on all of it. And I could see Saleh trading back out of that pick to get some depth, to get more players for that defensive line. There's a couple linebackers that are really, really strong in the middle of the 2nd as well, that I don't know that they want to spend that pick on. So I do think that if they're planning on going defense in the 2nd, that they'll trade back with a team that wants somebody specifically, obviously. Probably a team that's wanting to trade up for a receiver, because I think the wide receiver run is going to happen near the end of the 1st round, and Titans pick pretty early. Ashton Doolin. So there we go. That's the unique piece that we were talking about taking the that early pick. So, like, everybody else here, You got Ashton Doolin and you have C-Rod. Picks that like do give you some separation possibly at the end. But this is a Bryce Lance team if I've ever seen one. If I don't get him, it's fine. I heard an interesting stat today on Chris Brazzell. So Chris Brazzell had like 1,100, a little over 1,100, or close to 1,100 snaps over the last 2 years. He only had two snaps at Tennessee where he lined up on the left side. And by snaps, I mean, like, I don't know. It was on NFL Stock Exchange a little bit ago. And they basically filtered by number of, or of actual plays ran. Io Manor is Mike Robb, by the way. Petunia is a huge Io Manor bull right now, so you guys can get in a little lobby together, chat about it, boost each other up, talk positive about it. I think Io Manor is a good pick right now. I think the Titans are a team that could definitely elevate their offense, but we are gonna finish this draft. If you want to review, say something. I'll review your team. But I'll go through mine. I'll go through your guys's. And then I'm going to head out for sure. Are we going to get our guy? All right, we get our guy. We get Bryce Lance. So the team, Jalen Hurts, Bijan Robinson, Chuba Hubbard, Drake London, Luther Burden, Devonta Smith, Brock Bowers, Jordan Addison stacked up with Kyler Murray. We have Devonta Smith stacked up with Jalen Hurts. We did a skinny stack with Jalen. Then we have Kenneth Gainwell, both Minnesota RBs, Juwan Jennings, Emmett Johnson, Hunter Henry, Ryan Flournoy, Michael Penix, Elijah Surratt, T. Ferg, and Bryce Lance. I think it's a pretty solid team. First time I did 2 drafts at once. Picks happening at the same time. It literally always syncs up. It always syncs up to where you're picking both of them. You could do 2 drafts. You could do 12 drafts. Every single draft you're doing will fire at the same time. The trick is that on one of them, whichever one's moving faster, you actually draft. Whichever one's moving slower, you queue up and you let it time out to separate the picks a little. And it works sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. All right, so let's go. Let's go to D-Dad's team here. The double drafting phenom. Patrick Mahomes, Kenneth Walker, Hampton, Rashee Rice, big old KC stack with the Hampton potential bringback. Egbuka, Rome Odunze, Sadiq, Alec Pierce, Wandale, Quentin Johnson, Rico Dowdle, Josh Downs, Cam Ward, Woody Barks, Emmanuel Wilson, Christian Kirk, Gunnar Helm, and Jake Tonjes. I think it's a solid team. It does feel like it's missing a player. I don't know if that's because I seen that it was missing a player, but it definitely feels like it's really well built. It feels like you did make a reach. Or no, it wasn't you. I'm making shit up. But you did the same thing. You pulled up a second round player to the first round. And this player was also being drafted in the third. So like it does kind of feel like it's missing a player to some degree. I do like the structure though. I like the synergy of the team. So let's go over, and I love the DeMarcado pick. Like doing this down here, Noah Gray, DeMarcado, and Christian Kirk, like that's the kind of stuff I was talking about with the other team that you need to do that to separate. If you're gonna do something like that and pull up a player who's going over here up to round 1, like, you absolutely have to make sure you get different somehow. So let's review the other team that did that same thing and deal me in here. We got Justin Herbert, we got Trevor Etienne, we got Ashley Genty, we have McMillan, Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, Brenton Strange. DeAndre Swift, absolutely love the Swift value. Godwin, Chuck, Brock Purdy. So you got Purdy stacked up with Evans. We have Herbert stacked up with nobody. No stack there. Rashad White, Chris Rodriguez, Omar Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Hawk, Trey Harris is the stack, Kate Otten, Trevor Etienne, and Ashton Doolin. Very, very rarely see that. I like the Doolin pick. He does go deep here in a while. I tried, but kept changing your mind. What'd you try? Oh, you kept trying to balance them. And then Alex was in this as well. We will review his team. Let's see what the sidekick recommended. Jared Goff, Achane, Travion Henderson, Amon-Ra St. Brown stacked up. T. Higgins, Cardinal Tate, Colson Loveland, divisional correlation. Harold Fannin, then it wanted him to take another tight end. Jalen Warren, Jordan Love. So, okay, there you go. Matthew Golden. So, Jordan Love, Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, JCM, Geno Smith, Adonai Mitchell, Malik Washington, Tank Bigsby, Trey Tucker, Jeremy Bernard, Braylon Allen. All those passes that Braylon Allen's going to catch from Geno Smith, you're going to absolutely cook. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I dragged the sidekick off your screen. Nice. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'll be on tomorrow with Steve Schaub at 4 p.m. Central, or at 2 p.m. Central, which would be 3 p.m. Eastern. We haven't decided the topic yet. We will figure that out here over the next few hours. See everybody then. Have a great night. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire.